The real question is, do you need to be smart and have a big fancy degree from some big fancy university in order to build wealth and achieve financial freedom? The answer? No, no, no you don't. You do not need to be smart. You do not need to have some big fancy degree. In fact, you don't even need to have a degree at all. You don't need to attend some big fancy university. In fact, you don't even need to attend a university or a college at all. It all comes down to something else, which we're going to be talking about in this video, so let's get into it. But hey everybody, welcome. If you're new or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video. Thank you, I truly appreciate it. And if you are new here, welcome. Thanks for checking me out. I really do appreciate you. I hope that this video gives you some ideas, gets you excited, and gives you something to think about after we wrap this video up in just a few minutes. All right, let's talk through this further. So this is one of the biggest misconceptions out there revolving around building wealth and achieving financial freedom. There's so many people out there who think you've got to be really smart. You need to read 18 books a month, otherwise you'll never get anywhere in life. No, that is so far from the truth. In fact, I will say, reading books, yes, it absolutely will help, but is it a requirement? No, it is not a requirement, okay? There's a lot of people who don't enjoy reading, and I get it. Reading, you take it or leave it, right? You can do whatever you want with reading. It is not a prerequisite to building wealth and or achieving financial freedom. So many other people go around and tell everybody, you've got to attend university. You need to have, at a minimum, a 4-year degree, otherwise you will do nothing with your life. No, that is, again, so far from the truth. That means absolutely nothing. Does it help? Yeah. Probably. It helped probably a little bit, but is it a prerequisite? No, no. So let's talk about what actually are the prerequisites. What is actually really important when it comes to building wealth and achieving financial freedom? Now, you may disagree with this, but if you look at anybody out there who has become incredibly successful and who has built massive amounts of wealth, it all comes down to just a couple really simple principles. Number one, it is something that you have possessed since you were a little kid, probably since you were about 2, maybe 3, 4, something like that. It is something that you've possessed basically your entire life. It is so incredibly basic. You want to know what it is? Now, this is number one, creativity. Literally, creativity, the ability to come up with ideas. Get excited about some ideas. Go through with some thinking. Think about ideas. Get excited about them. Start playing around with these ideas and all of the possibilities. There's a lot of people out there who say things like, if you can think about it, you can hold it in your hands. Have you ever heard about that? If you can conceive of an idea, you can achieve it. Yes, I know that's really hard to believe. You might be thinking the first time you hear that, like, dude, you're crazy. Seriously, you're crazy. I'm about to click this video off right now. But here's the thing. Spend some time. Truly think about that. If you can think about it, if you can conceive the idea, you can probably achieve it, right? Yes, so absolutely. That is number one. Creativity. Have some ideas. Think about some ideas. Think about some really big, crazy ideas and just play around with them. You'll start to find yourself getting really excited. Yeah, have you ever done that before? Like back when you were a little kid, you just start daydreaming about things that are pretty cool and exciting to you at the time? Well, then as we become adults, many people think, oh no, I'm an adult. I don't daydream. Yeah, right. BS. I daydream all the time. I spend so much time daydreaming every single day. It's unbelievable. I come up with some pretty fun, exciting ideas, and I get all jacked up about them, right? Because I start thinking about, wow, the possibilities of this idea. If it was only this, if only that. Wow, this is really cool. And I start to get really excited about some of these ideas that I come up with. Now, are they all winners? No, not even close. In fact, a lot of my ideas I have to throw out the window because, they're not really practical, as in something that I don't necessarily want to pursue. It's fun to think about during the time, but at the end of the day, is it something that I want to move forward with? Nah, probably not, right? But it's still fun to think about. The idea is, the more ideas that you think about, the more ideas that you conceive of, eventually you're going to come up with that one idea that you absolutely fall in love with and that you continue to move forward with, right? action. Creativity and action move together. All right, so creativity, number one, super basic, but it's something you can implement literally immediately. Just start thinking. That's all it comes down to. Think of some big, crazy ideas that you love and that you fall in love with, and then it's just a matter of action, moving toward that idea. All right, number two, the ability to be persistent. Persistence pays off. Maybe you've been watching my videos for a while now. This is something that is so important, and I've been living by this philosophy for many years of my life. Persistence pays off. The ability to continue pushing forward no matter what. Persistence. You gotta keep pushing forward. No matter what comes up, regardless of what you're doing, there's always going to be some dilemmas. There's going to be some hurdles that you need to get across. There's some setbacks, some things that come up in the way. But ultimately, persistence. Continue moving forward, and you will ultimately get to the finish line, just like in a marathon, right? You're running the marathon, 26 miles to go. You're 3 miles in, and you think, oh man, my knee kind of hurts. What do I do? Do I throw in the towel now and give up? Or do I come up with a solution? Do I step to the side for a minute, maybe heal, maybe rest for a second, give my knee a little break, maybe massage it for a second, maybe throw some ice on it, and then I'm going to hit the track again, and I have another 23 miles to go, and I can finish the race, right? Maybe something like that. Persistence pays off. Take that saying, take it with you, and seriously, you can steal that from me. I'm pretty sure I stole it from somebody at some point in my life, but either way, persistence pays off. It's something I've been living by for many, many years of my life, and it served me pretty well so far, right? Just with different things. I'm not even saying financial, I'm not even saying on a financial basis. I'm just saying persistence in anything, whether it's fitness goals or basically anything, health goals. I mean, literally friendships, relationships, anything, persistence. It's so incredibly important. Next, the ability to continue working through adversity. So as you are working towards something, the ability to continue working forward and moving forward, being productive and progressing through adversity. As I just said with persistence, when you come across adversity, sometimes, depending on what it is, sometimes you might think, oh man, this is really tough. I just want to throw in the towel and just give up on this. But your ability to continue moving forward and working through adversity will ultimately get you what exactly you're looking for. Like I said, regardless of what it is that you're looking for in your life, whatever you want to achieve, whether it's financial, maybe it's health and fitness, relationships, maybe it's spiritual, who knows what, literally anything that you want to work for, there's going to be some type of adversity that comes up at some point. You need to figure it out and continue to work through. When you come across some adversity, the best thing to do, maybe step back, redeploy your creative abilities, start thinking about the adversity creatively and say, okay, here's the problem at hand. What can I do to get around this? What can I do to overcome this adversity? What can I do to work through this? What can I do? What are my solutions? What is everything on the table? Who do I need in my life? Who do I need to bring into my life, or who can help me through this adversity? What can I do going forward to get me through this? If you start thinking through it creatively, you'll come out the other side a much better person, and you'll think, okay, I came across some adversity, I worked my way through it, it took me a little bit of time, but now I come across on the other side and I'm a bigger, stronger person, and I have more abilities because I just conquered something that was pretty kind of tough, right? So this is basically all it comes down to. Now, I know you might be thinking, this is ridiculous. This video is like the biggest waste of time in the world. But here's the thing. Continue thinking about this. Seriously, I know if this is the first time hearing something like this, it's hard to believe. I get it. But here's the thing. Think about some of the biggest companies you can think of out there. Maybe Microsoft, maybe Facebook, maybe Google, maybe who knows what, General Motors, maybe Tesla, maybe General Mills, the cereal, maybe anything, literally anything else you can think of. Where did all of these huge corporations, all of these big, big businesses come from? Do you want to know where they came from? They came from an idea. That's it, an idea, a free idea in the mind of somebody. Every single corporation, every single house, every single car, every single bridge, every single thing that you see out there in the world right now, a box of cereal, a gallon of milk, a block of cheese, right? A t-shirt, a pair of pants, anything. Anything that you can possibly think of, a building, a skyscraper, roads, anything that you can think of out there was all an idea at one point. That's all it is. It's an idea. Ideas are free. How much does it cost you to get an idea? $0, right? The best price ever. My favorite price. Free for ideas. It's unlimited how many ideas you can have. Nobody's going to come over someday and say, excuse me, you've used up your limit of ideas today. You're at 5 ideas today, and excuse me, you need to wait until tomorrow until you can have another idea. No, that doesn't happen. You can have unlimited ideas. You can have 1 million ideas in one day if you want. You can have even more. You can have 1 million ideas every day for the rest of your life if you really want to. That's the thing. They are free, and they are unlimited, and they are expansive. You can literally think about anything that you desire. Another cool thing about ideas, you can do it all within the privacy of your own mind. You don't need to tell anybody what you're thinking about, right? That's kind of one of the cool things too. You can think about the biggest, coolest BA things in the world, and you don't have to tell anybody about it because it's all in the privacy of your own mind, and nobody needs to know about anything, right? Pretty cool, right? So the whole thing is be creative. Think of some ideas. Start to work through it with persistence. And when you face adversity, continue to work through that. But like I said, all of these massive corporations, everything that is out there in the world right now, even this camera that I'm talking into right now was an idea of somebody or a collection of people at some point. The microphone that's attached to the camera is also an idea of somebody at some point, back, maybe 2 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, maybe 25 years ago. My microphone is not 25 years old, by the way. But what I'm saying is maybe somebody back then had an idea to create this type of microphone. My point is, everything has an idea. Everything started as an idea. Everything started as a brainchild of somebody out in the world. Now think of some of the biggest, most wealthy people you can think of right now, like Bill Gates, maybe Jeff Bezos, maybe Elon Musk, maybe Mark Zuckerberg, or all these other big names that everybody knows about who are worth hundreds of billions of dollars. How did they do it? It's all an idea. Amazon was an idea of Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos was sitting in his garage one day playing around with an idea. Actually, he wasn't in his garage quite yet. He was actually working on Wall Street, and he came up with this idea, and he actually confronted his boss and said, hey, I have this idea. Well, him and his boss went for a walk, and they came back to the office, and the boss said, well, hey, Jeff, think about it for a couple of days. And Jeff came back a couple of days later and said, hey, I love my idea. I'm out of here. I'm quitting. And he left the Wall Street firm that he was at, and he went on to create Amazon. He's worth over $200 billion today from one idea. Amazon was an idea, and now he's living with 200-some billion dollars. Not bad, right? Not a bad payday for an idea. I love it. I love these stories. I can go on and on all day about billionaires, which, by the way, I love researching billionaires. It is something that I've done for a long time now. I really enjoy learning about these people, what they've done to build their massive amounts of wealth, and like where they came from. I love hearing these stories. There's so many different people out there who have incredible stories. I'll give you a couple more really quickly. Have you heard of Nick Woodman? You probably haven't heard of him. He's not all that well known, but let me tell you this much. Have you heard of GoPro? GoPro, like the little cameras that you can have when you're like skateboarding or surfing or basically doing anything activity? Well, Nick Woodman was a homeless surfer. He was living on the beach. He was surfing because he was homeless and, he wasn't working. He was homeless. He didn't have anything to do. So he was spending a lot of his time surfing. Well, he was thinking, hey, I'd love to capture some of this on video. So he developed the GoPro. And guess what? Homeless guy, gone billionaire. Yeah, he's a billionaire now, multi-billionaire, and he was homeless, living on the beach, surfing every day. Not bad, right? Pretty cool idea. Not only that, he was selling necklaces. He was walking up and down the beach. You know these guys you see on the beach sometimes, walking up and down selling their necklaces for like $5? He was one of those guys. Now he's worth multi-billions. He's worth multiple billions of dollars. Cool story, right? Let me tell you one more. I love this story as well. Have you ever heard, well, let me say this. I'll tell you his name first. John Paul DeJoria. Have you heard of him? Probably not. Again, another guy who's kind of under the radar, but I'll tell you this much. He's worth multiple billions of dollars. Do you want to know what he did? have you ever heard of Paul Mitchell shampoo and conditioner? You probably have some in your shower right now, right? Paul Mitchell shampoo and conditioner. I don't know about you, but everybody loves a little Paul Mitchell in their shower, right? So here's the thing. He founded Paul Mitchell shampoos and conditioners with another guy, one of his friends. The two of them found Paul Mitchell. Guess what? He is a multi-billionaire now. Where did he come from? He was actually homeless, living in his car with his son. Yes, it is true. He was homeless, living in his car with his son, and he came up with this idea, started working toward it, and he started going up and down, pitching this idea to all these different beauty salons of selling his product. Ultimately, here he is today, multi-billionaire. Wow, pretty cool stuff. Anyway, I could go on and on telling you stories like this. People who were homeless, people who were dirt poor and have absolutely nothing, who are multi-billionaires now. It's incredible. Some of these people have such amazing stories that I love hearing about. So anyway, I love doing this kind of research. I hope that this video gets you thinking. I hope it gets you a little bit inspired. I hope it gives you some ideas and creativity. But seriously, just start thinking. You'll get excited. At the very least, you'll get excited. So either way, thanks again, everybody. I truly appreciate you. Make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video. Share the video with your friends, family, social media. And of course, go back and check out any other videos right here on the channel. Thanks again. You're awesome. And I'll see you again in the next one.